Hello my friends and welcome back. See? Thank you very much for being with me again today. Meow Meow doesn't want to see you. He just wants to go around wherever he feels like. Go up. Go up, Meow. He's just too independent. You want to stay here? I don't think so, right? Right? There you go. Ow. Off he goes. This is Meow Meow. He's gone. And all of you, my friends, wanted to see Meow Meow. He does what the fuck ever he wants. And he has a very good plan each and every day. He uses me like a bitch. Why? He wants to play, he wants to go outside, he wants food, he wants water, he wants everything, and obviously I indulge. So what's going? Why? Because I love him. What do we have here? I he's scratching on my belly on his way out. So what do we have here? Very important pieces of news. Very important. Unsurprising, I would say. And I've been waiting for this. Not like I've been waiting, I hope they do it. I knew this would come. And that is Russia is planning deploying missiles close to American shores. Well, if you have a submarine, you don't have to place your missiles in Nicaragua or Cuba or even Venezuela. You have the nuclear submarines armed with whatever they have right now, with Poseidon, let's say, and that's a nuclear missile right there. And not only, they can strike wherever they want from wherever they are. So I'm going to show you 3 articles here. The first one, Russia considers deploying missiles close to American shores. This is the first article. The second one, Russia threatens arming Venezuela with Oreshnik IRBMs. Now, if this is the case, then this is aimed directly at the United States of America. And this comes from New Voice of Ukraine. This is from November 3rd, 2025. The third article, Russia to deploy RS-28 Sarmat nuclear InterContinental Ballistic Missile ICBM soon, says Putin. This is from the 31st of October 2025. And the last one, I will show you an imbecile or a jackal right there. This is from New Voice of Ukraine. According to this NATO Admiral, Putin suffered, past tense, strategic defeat in Ukraine and will not achieve his goals, says NATO Admiral. You know my assessment or opinion on military generals or admirals, which is they are very narrow-minded, in a cage. Why? Because for most of their lives they have to follow orders 100% without questioning the orders and give precise orders. They lived in a cage. It's hard to be like, I don't know, 50 or 60 and become a general and say, right now I'm open-minded, I'm a strategist, and all that. The problem is this admiral that I'm going to discuss in the last part of this video, this guy should be a realist. That is, he should get his information clear. That is, objectively from the front. So his analysis cannot be delusional. He works with clear, how should I put it, clear, tangible situations. He can't allow himself to dream or say, oh, maybe could his assessments must be clear and based on reality 100%, not on interpretations. Objective reality. So let's start with the first one. And I thank a friend of mine who provided me with this article actually. Russia considers deploying missiles, plural, close to American shores. Where are my glasses? Right here. And this is Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin, the bad guy. Russia considers deploying missiles close to American shores. Talks of nuclear weapons are once again making headlines. It feels like echoes of the Cold War are returning as Russia raises its nuclear rhetoric against the United States. What was once a historical threat from decades ago is now being revived by senior Russian officials. So let me put it in a perspective for you. I am, let's say, a woman. And I have a big fucking let's say, what should we have? Should we have a Walter, 40 pp, all right, 99. someone that carries that, I know. So let's say you have the 40 and she has it in her purse. And we have a bad dude, a United States of America, showing up and wanted to rape this beautiful blue-eyed blonde woman. And when this guy is like, I'm gonna give you some loving, which is United States of America in Ukraine, she gets the fucking Walter out and said, baboon, I'm gonna fuck you up. And everybody else, oh my God, the pretty blonde blue-eyed little girl is using the weapon. Isn't that bad? That's how the situation is. This is how it is portrayed. Of course, these guys are fighting NATO. What are they supposed to do? Bend over, take their pants down and take it deep? According to these guys, yes. Remember when Michael Jackson was asked in that interview, so do you think, Michael, do you think it's okay to sleep with in the same bed with... And he said, yes. And the interviewer said, Michael, do you think... Again, and he was like, yes. There's nothing wrong with that. This is what these guys want us to believe. Oh, it's nothing wrong with what's going on in Ukraine, started by NATO. No. And if Russia is against that, Russia is the bad person here. Okay? Got it? So where do you think these guys will deploy something? Venezuela, Matilda, Matilda. She ran away, whatever, took my money and ran Venezuela. Harry Belafonte. So, let's move on. Russia threatens arming Venezuela with Oreshnik IRBMs, according to New Voice of Ukraine, November 3rd. Of course! Well, it's not arming Venezuela. It's gonna be just Russian personnel using Oreshnik from Venezuela. Like the Americans are using Patriot systems, HIMARS system, and the Brits are using Storm Shadows from the F-16s. Okay? Again, oh no, only we can, and you have to take it. Now, well, let's see what's going on over here. Venezuela, as the United States positions on concentration of naval assets off the coast of Venezuela, Moscow could supply Caracas with nuclear-capable Oreshnik intermediate-range ballistic missiles, Alexei Zuravyov, first deputy chairman of Russia's Parliamentary Defense Committee, said on November 3rd, today. I see no obstacles to delivering such a new deployment as Oreshnik to a friendly country, Zuravyov said. Details of the arms shipment remain classified, he added, suggesting that the Americans may be in for some surprises. He said Russian-made Sukhoi 30 Mk-2 aircraft form the backbone of Venezuela's air force, and the Caracas has also received Pantsir S-1 and Buk M2E air defense systems. My question is, how many? It's very important. If you got one Pantsir and half of Buk and 3 Sukhois, you can take a shit in the outhouse. Okay, that's what it is. Alright, this is the first one. Next one. Russia to deploy RS-28 Sarmat nuclear intercontinental ballistic missile ICBM soon. This is 31st of October. So, let's look at the, I think this is it, the little Hungarian, whatever, this is Volgograd. So where are we? Russia, the United States of America, and they have a problem with these guys right here. Venezuela. Caracas. So remember the Cuba, where the Soviets said, not the Russians, my bad. The Soviets said, we might bring it here so you can take your freaking Jupiters out of Turkey. All right? So the Americans took their shit out of Turkey in 6 months after Khrushchev told them, otherwise we're going to bring nuclear warheads in Cuba. There were no nuclear warheads in Cuba. That's why the how do you call it, what the hell is going on here? Your location. I don't want that. I don't want that. So anyway, that's what happened, my friends. So we go here, Venezuela. So if they were going to deploy Oreshnik, this is just a deterrent for these imbeciles to know that they could be struck. And Sarmat, yes, the Russians are advancing in this department. Russian President Vladimir Putin announced that the RS-28 Sarmat nuclear-capable intercontinental ballistic missile will soon be deployed. The confirmation signals Russia's next major step in nuclear modernization amid ongoing tensions with the West. Good? Next. And we're going to discuss now this imbecile. Russia Today, new voice of Ukraine. Let's put it mildly. Putin suffered, past tense. You know what past tense is? Past tense, I learned that is an action that started in the past and ended in the past. And we know the date. If you don't know the date, you use the present perfect. Putin has suffered, if you don't know. But if you know the exact moment where that happened, use past tense. Putin suffered. That means it's a moment in time when these guys tell us it happened. It's not like we don't know, we know. When did it happen exactly? I thought the war in Ukraine is ongoing. So what is this imbecile talking about? I will tell you. I will show you. This is what this imbecile says. NATO Military Committee Chief Admiral Giuseppe Cavo Dragone. He's a dragon. Okay, Giuseppe Meazza. Okay, or Giuseppe Verdi. Which one you want? Giuseppe Cavo Dragone. Sì, ristorante. Alright, amico mio, says Vladimir Putin has suffered a strategic defeat. You see, has suffered. Now that's not past tense, this is present perfect. In the war against Ukraine and will not in the future achieve his goals. Mr. Dragone, he knows that Putin will not achieve his goals. Yes, Giuseppe Cavo Dragone noted that Russia's full-scale invasion in Ukraine led to occasion of 2 more countries to NATO. Finland and Sweden. Anyway, he expressed confidence that Russia will not succeed in establishing a puppet government in Ukraine. Now, you see, when I learn in English classes that Russia will not succeed, that is an action that will occur or not occur in the future. Right? If you can say it might not, it could not, it may not. That's like, it's a kind of doubt. If you say will, I will punch him in the, balls. That's clearly what's going to happen, right? No, this guy says Russia will not succeed, and this is Russia's goals right there. According to Dragone, establishing a puppet government in Ukraine. Is this what Putin wanted? And here it is. Putin will not succeed. The senior NATO official emphasized. I would like to ask Mr. Dragone. Hey, Mr. Dragone, what are the 4 numbers for the lottery draw? I want to know it because I want to play. Come on, Dragone. Okay? Fucking cunt. Anyway, at the same time, Dragone, dragon, he's a dragon, said that from an operational standpoint, the war has reached a stalemate and it is practically time for negotiations. Well, Mr. Dragone is misinformed. Doesn't he know the Pokrovska is encircled? Mr. Dragone is looking at the map and the Russian advancing into the Dnipropetrovska, or in Zaporozhye, or right here in, that's called Kupiansk. Does he know that? Well, Mr. Dragone is an imbecile, okay? He's a vaffanculo, mascalzone. Dragone also assured that Europe remains ready to continue supporting Ukraine's defense. He said that the war has served as a wake-up call for EU countries. Of course, you can't push Russia around. That's a wake-up call. You think we're going to blow these guys up in 2 weeks, prompting them to take responsibility for their own security with American weapons. Ha ha ha! Dragone, come on, we know who you are. Alright, this is what Dragone says. He commented on Russia's claims about developing new nuclear-powered weapons, including the Oreshnik missile and the Poseidon underwater autonomous device, saying NATO is not intimidated by such actions and is prepared to defend our 32 countries and 1 billion of our people. The problem is not NATO who is attacked, it's Russia is attacked. You want to know why? Let me show you. Let's go to the map. Let's go to this map. Alright? So you see here, this is the map of Europa. Russia was here. During the Cold War, Russia was Russia, Soviet Union, let's put it mildly. You see my cursor here? This is between Germany and Poland, Pakacaka. We go here, Czechoslovakia, Pakacaka. We go right here because Austria was neutral. Krapacapa, Hungary right here. And then you got Serbia, which was, again, unaligned. And then you go right here, Greece was taken, and then right here. So all this was Warsaw pact, including Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, that were part of a Soviet Union. So all this, and the NATO moved from here to exactly where my cursor is. Bang, zoom, zam. They want to go right here, and they want to go right here, and they want to go right here. So it was actually NATO that is in an offensive against Russia, and Russia is defending itself, not the vice versa, according to the map. Dragone! All right, so let's go to see what other imbecilities the Admiral says. All right, it's not intimidated. A billion people, those are servants. Shortly after Russia launched its full-scale invasion of Ukraine, if it's full-scale invasion, they should have used nuclear weapons, and then everything would have been done that day. Secretary of Ukraine National Security, Pak, initially aimed to eliminate President Volodymyr Zelensky and install puppet government composed of people in uniform. Listen to this. Listen to this, what this guy says. So, they say that Ukraine's National Security Council, Oleksiy Danilov, he's gone, said Russia initially aimed to eliminate Zelensky and install a puppet government composed of puppet people in uniform. Do you remember what I have to say so much now. The Prime Minister of the State of Israel, the Jewish state, Mr. Bennett. Mr. Bennett was in Moscow when Russia started the war, the all-war full-scale invasion. Remember that? And you know what Mr. Bennett, Jewish, asked Putin? Are you gonna kill the Jewish guy in front of the Ukrainian nation called Zelensky? And Putin said, yeah, I don't need to. No, we don't want that. And again, he asked him, the Jew guy asked the Russian guy, hey, are you gonna kill Zelensky? Again, our tribesman, no. And Putin said again, no man, yet. That's why this guy did not eliminate that guy. And then when Mr. Bennett walked away from Putin, going to his airplane to fly back to Tel Aviv or wherever New York or something, he called Zelensky stand from the Tamrak. He had Zelensky's phone number, and he called Zelensky in the bunker. This is according to Bennett, to the Prime Minister of Israel. According to him, in an interview, 4.5-hour interview, I covered that like 2 years ago. You can find it. And he said, Zelensky, my dear, shalom, how are you doing? Okay, well, Putin said he's not going to kill you. And Zelensky from the other side, are you sure? And then he says, yeah, man, I'm sure he said it. Are you sure? Yeah. And then Zelensky showed up in front of the nation, Ukrainian nation, and he said, we're not afraid. We're not intimidated. Woo! That's all what he did, because Putin promised Bennett is not going to kill the imbecile. Why would he? So he is liar or uninformed. Let's move on. And again, the plan, quote unquote, was quite simple and audacious. First and foremost, the elimination of our country's president. Do you mean the Jewish guy in charge of the Ukrainians? Okay, that was their number one objective, and there were several attempts on this matter. Danilov, where is he at? I haven't seen him in about 7 months at least. All right, so my friends, here it is. These are admirals in charge of you, defending you, protecting you. They are imbeciles. That's what they are. I say not all of them. And I didn't take an opinion poll, or I didn't speak with everybody to tell you exactly how many of them are, what the proportion is. But most of the people that I hear making statements being generals, not colonels, all right? You know why? All right? Because why? I don't know, man. This guy live in a cage, and they come and they want to be political after that. They're going to be like Eisenhower or something, or many others. So here it is. Nuclear weapons in Venezuela, Oreshnik, maybe, operated by the Russians. Okay? The other one, these guys are developing their weapons with the Sarmat deployment. Then they have the Poseidon. Now they have the Oreshnik or whatever it is. Oreshnik was before. They're moving ahead. And these guys we're not intimidated. Can you tell me what the Europeans did? What weapons they have exactly? I'm listening. Tell me about the Americans. Can you tell me of anything the Americans the Americans and the Europeans, the inventors of everything, which, yeah, it's true partly, used to be. They don't have a hypersonic missile. Russia has it, China has it, supposedly Iran has it, and they give it to the baboons of, how do you call those guys? Houthis. Can you believe that? And the Americans and the Europeans don't have the hypersonic missile. But Trump said, The Russians stole the hypersonic missiles from us. And they were so fast, man, that they already got it working for about 3 years already. The same thing with, oh my God, we are ahead of the Soviets in the space race. And the guys, boom, right there you go, a satellite. Gagarin, Yuri Gagarin, out there. What the fuck are you gonna do now? Oh no, they stole it from us. But where are you? Still on Earth? Oh, we're gonna go to the moon. You've been to the moon when I had 2 cocks. Alright? I have only 3, so that's why it doesn't match. I don't have 3 hands. I'm not a caterpillar. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. God damn, man.